What's good, y'all? Let's Icon back again, talking a little Titans. This is episode 11? 11? Yeah, episode 11, entitled ELO, like Ilmico, E dot L underscore dot O, or something like that. Anyway, so the episode starts. Last time we saw Dick was getting his ass beat by the police, and yeah, that trend continues. He's in a secluded cell, and you know, he's like, I don't know if he's sick, like he's having convulsions or whatever the case may be, but magically Bruce Wayne shows up again. You know, because in previous episodes, you know, like in the Bruce Wayne episode, you know, Bruce Wayne was showing up in Dick's dreams and like in his nightmares or whatever, taunting him, and this was pretty much the same situation. Bruce was just like, you know, what the hell's wrong with you? You know, like, you're trying to sacrifice yourself, and you know, like, you're supposed to be better than this, and blah blah blah. And then Dick's like, I hate you, Bruce. And then, you know, and then after a while, but throughout the entire thing, like, Bruce was basically like the consciousness of Bruce Wayne. He was trying to, you know, talk to him. He was trying to help him. He was just like, you know, like, you're better than this, and he's like, you know, you should have broke out of here a long time ago, and like, this is silly. And you know, Dick was just trying. It's like he's fighting with his own mind, you know, like his consciousness is trying to help him, but he doesn't want to listen. His consciousness is trying to give him the answers that he so desperately seeks, you know, but you know, it does it in the form of Bruce Wayne. And he ended up telling him, he was just like, look, you know, you're not seeing the big picture. Like, you got to open your eyes. He's like, yo, you've been locked up in here for way too long. It's time for you to get out. And then, you know, he gets mad and he tries to fight him. So the two of them start fighting, and then he gets taken to like this other place, like, you know, like this fighting room or whatever. And then Bruce Wayne in his in his button up shirt and his slacks ends up fighting Dick, you know, beats him up. The two of them end up having another battle, and then Bruce was like, yeah, good, you know, because after a while, you know, Dick started, you know, he started coming around, like, he started fighting back. And then, you know, Bruce was telling him, he was just like, yeah, he was just like, you know, he was like, go with that feeling, you know, go with the movement. He's like, remember, you're older, you're faster, you're wiser, you're stronger. And this is basically like Nightwing coming to fruition. Like, it's Nightwing coming to the fold, and then, you know, you see Batman, you see Bruce Wayne and Dick Grayson, you know, going back and forth, having, you know, throwing punches and kicks, and that was really cool. Like, I enjoyed seeing that. And then, you know, they take you out of the fantasy and they take you back to reality, and you just see Dick just standing in the middle of his prison cell, just like fighting and punching and, you know, slapping at the wall. So he's basically like, you know, like, because everything that's happened in his mind, like, he's going crazy. You know, so so that was it, you know, like, and then after the fighting aspect of it was over, he was taken to, like, you know, like, he's basically, then like these TV screens appeared. And they were basically like memories. Like, you know, the TV screens were memories that were going through his mind, like from the episode 1 of the Titans throughout like every single episode of Titans. And then it took him to the moment where he went to Slade's wife's house. While he was in Slade's wife's house, they, you know, his memory, his self-conscious memory, it zoomed in on Slade doing like the, you know, the sign language, like the help signal, and then it clicked, and then Dick was just like, nah. And then Bruce showed up again, and he was just like, yeah. And then Dick was like, nah. Like, ain't no way in hell Jericho's still alive. And Bruce was just like, yeah, why not? And then Dick was like, oh snap, you know. And then now he gets it, you know, like, it's there, like, you know, he sees what he has to do, like, everything's come, like, Dick, like, Nightwing is here, like, if he doesn't put, well, I mean, maybe he has to, if he don't put that costume on in the next episode, something wrong, because Dick's fine. Dick's perfectly fine. So, like I said, he knows, he knows the situation. He knows that Jericho's alive. He knows what he has to do to take down Slade. You know, he's removed the guilt from his system. Dick is ready to go, and I'm ready to see it. So, outside of him, the women, the Titans women, Donna, she was basically, because remember, like, her and Hank broke up. Donna pretty much, you know, she was headed back to San Francisco because she figured, well, if Hank don't want me, I guess I'll go back to Dick again, because Donna be going back and forth. And then, you know, she ended up like throwing out like some of her old stuff that she had with Hank. I thought her costume was in the box, but it was just like, I guess, like some photos and some old memorabilia. She threw out a photo of her, Donna, Dick and Hank, and then she went back for it, and then she felt bad. She was in when she was in the car, she was still headed to San Francisco. While she was in the car, like like her radio just automatically started playing, this thing, like this commercial, whatever, telling her to go to some random diner. And then I don't know why she did it, but she was just like, all right, cool, maybe she needed a pit stop, maybe she needed a sandwich. So Donna ends up heading to like this awkward diner. Corey, she she was trying to get a shine on, like she was making out with this dude, like she was about to get it on, and then surprisingly enough, the guy actually messed that whole thing up because, Corey was basically just trying to hit it and he wanted to talk because he was a psychiatrist, and he was just like, you're using sex, to mask your pain, and then she was just like, yeah, shut up. He was just like, oh, but, like you shouldn't drown your sorrows in alcohol, and she was like, bro, shut up. And then she was like, I thought that's what humans did. And she's like, I thought humans, drowned, like masked their pain with like sex, drugs, and alcohol. And he was like, why do you keep saying humans like you're not a human? And she's like, all right, the mood has passed. Like the mood has passed. And then he was just like, well, talk to me, tell me what's on your mind. And then Corey spilled her guts. She was just like, like I'm searching for love, and my family doesn't love me, and my sister's crazy, and there's just so much going on, and she got a lot of stuff off her chest because Corey basically was masking again, like she's the epitome of like masking her pain, with like, with like killing people, beating people up, drugs, alcohol, and like all this other stuff. So, I mean, as dumb as that was for the psychiatrist, and I mean, like, bro, like you could have said that to her after the fact. You know what I'm saying? Like after you did the deed, you could have then talked to her about her situation. But hey, c'est la vie. You missed out, bro. And then after he left, Corey, like this old cowboy looking dude popped up on her TV, telling her like, hey, come on down to the diner, and it ended up being the same diner that Don, it ended up being the same diner that Dawn's radio told her to go to. So Corey was just like, all right, cool, she's like, I could use something to eat, and she went to the diner. Donna Troy, like her dumb ass is still in the tower. And then while she was in the tower, her phone rang, and it was Rachel. It was Rachel's voice telling Donna to meet her at the diner, the same diner that the other two. So Donna was just like, well, I've been calling you for like, the last 48 hours, so of course I'm going to go to the diner. So Donna headed to the diner. Rachel, she was having, like, because remember, like, she's with them orphan kids. Rachel was having like these weird dreams where she was basically like, she was at a funeral, and you find out she was at Dick's funeral, and Dick showed up. Dick rolled up on Raven at his own funeral, and then he got stabbed in the back by Slade Wilson, and Rachel just basically saw Dick die, and she didn't know why. Like, she started freaking out. She had, like, the girl who she befriended at the homeless shelter, apparently she knows like voodoo, or like, she does like the tarot cards, and like she knows she's a psychic or whatever. And then she told Rachel, she was like, yeah, some terrible things are gonna happen, blah blah blah. I'm like, well, this is Titans, no shit. And then like this other girl showed up, and she was just like, yo, I heard that I found out that your dad died. He got crushed by a rock or something. And then the girl was just like, good, like, screw him, like, he beat me, and I hope he screamed, and like in despair. And then Rachel was just like, all right, this is getting creepy, and this is getting creepy even for me, and I'm out. Because like there was no explanation. There was nothing with the foster kids. Like, I thought there was going to be more to the foster situation, but once the girl started going on a rant about how she's glad her dad died, the next scene, Rachel was at the bus station. And I was just like, all right, so the situation was pretty much too hectic. Like, these people are too crazy for Rachel. And Rachel was at the bus station, and she was like, yo, I'm out. And the lady at the bus station was like, yo, where do you want to go? And then the name of the diner popped up. And then Rachel was like, screw it, that's where I want to go. And then she ended up going to the diner. So Corey gets there first. This black lady who I was told, I was watching AfterBuzz TV's Titans review, and the beautiful Chauncey K. Robinson, she said that the black woman who was at the diner was the same woman in season 1 who was at the liquor store where Corey went to the liquor store. And I don't know if they just casted her like that, just because, or if she's like some mystical like alien being that's basically following Corey around and showing up wherever Corey's at. I mean, to be honest, the whole radio thing with them and everything. But we'll get to that in a second. So anyway, so Corey shows up at the diner, and then she tells this black lady, she's like, yo, I want some donuts. She was like, yo, we don't make no donuts. And then Corey was like, bitch, I'm about to burn this whole diner down to the ground if you don't. If she's like, go back there, get some flour, some eggs, get some jelly, make these mother loving donuts, or else. So the woman's like, all right, cool. She runs and she goes and make the donuts. Then Rachel shows up, and then she's just like, oh snap, it's Rachel. And then Donna shows up. Then Don shows up, and then they're just like, wow, Don's here. And then Donna shows up, and then everybody's like, yo, hold up. And then Rachel had the nerve. When Donna showed up, Rachel was like, why are you following me? And Donna was like, bitch, you called me. And then Rachel was just like, I never called you. And then she was like, yo, you left me a voicemail. And then Corey was just like, yo, I just want to eat. And then Donna was just like, I don't know what's going on, blah blah blah. And then they're sitting there trying to figure out the situation. And then all of a sudden, like, someone else comes in the door, and it's Bruce Wayne, with the white jacket on, like pimped out. And the girls were just looking at him like, oh snap, it's Bruce. And then Bruce sat him down, and he was like, he was basically just like, he was like, y'all hoes is fucking up. That's basically what Bruce, in a nutshell, like Bruce is basically like, y'all messing up. He was just like, look, I know. He's like, I know. He flat out said, he actually said, he was just like, between Connor and Gar and Dick and Hank, he was like, I know every single thing that's happened to all of you, and I'm sorry that everything happened. But he was just like, listen, I got to put the Titans back together. And maybe because he trusts the women more than the guys, because Dick in prison, Gar got captured, Connor's an alien, he got captured, and then Lord knows what Hank's doing. He was probably just like, listen, like, the Titans need to survive, and the Titans need to be here. Put your differences aside, go out there, get it done, because, the world needs the Titans, because I'm Bruce Wayne, and I'm mad old, and I can't be doing this stuff forever. Your man picked up, so he was just like, all right, so get it together, stop messing around, and I'm out. Man picked up a donut, got in the Jag, and he took off. And when he took off, Donna was just like, she's like, yo, did he just leave? And Dawn was like, yep. She's just like, yo, your man left like a boss. And then they were just like, the girls were just, they talked about it. And then, magically on the television, it was a news report that said that Dick Grayson was in prison. And then they were all just like, what the fuck? And then they were just like, like, it's bad. Like, they gotta get the guys together, because the guys are going crazy over here. So then, Rachel was talking to them. She was just like, yo, we got to get Dick out of jail. And then Dawn and Donna was like, nah, because she was just like, Dick's a grown man. He did that to himself. Trust me, like, he put himself in the prison, and he can take care of himself. He can get himself out. Gar's in trouble. There was blood all over Titan's Tower. We don't know where Gar is. We don't know where Connor is. Gar actually needs our help. Dick will be fine. And then Rachel was like, nah, because, she was like, I'm having the dreams again, and I saw Dick die, and I need you guys to help me get him out of prison, because I don't want Dick to die. And then Donna was just like, first of all, Donna was just like, now you need my help, bitch. She was like, yeah, I've been calling you for like I've been calling you for 48 hours. You've been ignoring my phone calls. You just cursed me out in the diner and talking about, why are you following me? Now you need my help, bitch. Nah. Donna was like, nah. Donna was just like, nah, I'm out. And then Dawn was just like, look, do what you gotta do. We're going to save Gar. When you're done breaking Dick out of prison, come find us. Because Dawn's whole thing is like, she's like, I'm not giving up on you. She was just like, yo, when you take care of your BI, come find me. And then she was like, cool. Rachel asked Corey, she's like, yo, you bouncing too? And then Corey was like, nah, let's go get Richard Gillian Grayson out of prison. So Rachel and Corey went to the jail to go get Dick. They whoop everybody's ass in the prison. They get to Dick's like cell, and when they get to Dick's cell, like, guess what? You're too late, because again, like we said before, Dick got his mind right. Like, he knows what he has to do. He knows Jericho's life. Dick could have broke out of the prison anytime he wanted. So Rachel and Corey, although it was a nice gesture for Rachel and Corey to go after him, he really didn't need him, because by the time they got there, he was gone. And Dick's smart enough to know that, yeah, the Titans are probably going to try to break me out of prison, especially Corey or Rachel, because they don't abide by, by the laws of society. He wrote on the wall, Jericho's alive, Oh, and by the way, y'all took too long. I'm out. I'm halfway to Gotham. But I had to go get my suit, bitches. You know, and that was on, and that was the end. That was the end of that one. Um, Jason, Todd, and Rose. They were like hanging out in some random person's house outside of Gotham. They were just beating up drug dealers and everything, and then they were just doing the whole like stop doing like the whole thing like, oh, I'm so like broken, and then the other person's like, oh, but I can actually it was Jason was like, I'm broken too. Jason was like, we could do this together, and then Rose was like, no, and then Jason was like, yes, we can be there for one another, and Rose was like, I don't know how to do that, and I'm just like, oh god. But the two of them decided they was like, all right, let's be together, let's make it work. It's Robin and Rose, like we gonna ride it, double R, Rough Riders, we gonna ride or die. And then later on, Donna called Jason. Well, she texted him, and she was just like, yo, we need your help. Titans business, yerd. And then Rose saw the text and deleted the text, so Jason couldn't see it. She called Slade. I told y'all Rose was working for Slade. I said like 4 episodes back when everybody was finding those things all over the house. I was like, yo, Rose did that shit because she's working for Slade. She called Slade, and she was just like, look, this game that you're playing with the Titans, she's like, I'm out. AKA, I've actually found love. I want to see where things go with this Jason kid. She was like, yo, I'm done. And then she actually was like, and you can't stop me. And Slade was like, bitch, don't you know who I am? So that's going to be a problem later on, because Slade's obviously not going to take that line down. Like, he's coming for that ass. And he he ain't going to kill Jason. They're going to save the Jason death for the Joker. But, yeah, but that's, yeah, so that's where we left it with Rose. Gar is being tortured by the Black Mercy. They actually cut open his head and was like messing with his brain, and he was like, they were implanting like images in his mind where he thought he was talking to Rachel. And they reprogrammed it because they're trying to, like, because Gar's too soft. They're trying to bring like the beast out. They're trying to bring like the killer out. And I think they're gonna pressure him to the point where he will start turning to other animals, because that mental block of just liking tigers will be lifted. Mercy put another doctor in the room with him, and the way that they messed with his brain, the trigger for Gar is classical music. So when Mercy started playing classical music, he just automatically went into tiger mode and started and he killed the doctor who was in the room with him. So Gar's the official, like, the same way how like Slade planted Rose into the Titans Tower. Gar is going to be the plant for for Mercy and Lex Luthor. So and Mercy might end up being like next season. The bad guys are going to be Mercy and Tamaranian, because I heard that they couldn't get the rights to do Lex Luthor, so they're probably just going to roll with Mercy, and I'm fine with that because I like the woman who plays Mercy, like, she's hot. Yeah, so that was it. It just ended with with Mercy being understanding that she got the trigger, like she has the trigger now for Gar, so she's probably gonna let Gar go now. She's gonna let Gar go. He's gonna go back to Titan's Tower, and whenever she's ready, she's gonna push. She's gonna hit the magic button or play the right note, and then Gar's just gonna start fucking shit up. But yeah, and of course, like Dawn and Donna, they're gonna bust him and Connor out. But Connor's not. They're gonna bust Connor out, but Connor's probably gonna be like weak and whatever, and he's not gonna show up until the final episode. Rach, but the thing with the powers, with the whole thing with like Bruce magic, because see, in the first episode, in the Bruce Wayne episode, when Dick was seeing Bruce everywhere, we all just assumed that it was just like his self-conscious. And then he popped up again in the jail. And then with Corey with the TV, Donna with the radio, it's and then Bruce just showing up out of nowhere, because it's like, you're Bruce Wayne. It's like, why would you just randomly have them meet you at this dad? And then like the TV magically came on to let them know that Dick Grayson's in prison. I don't know if this is Bruce or not. Because like Bruce would do something like this. Like Bruce has the know-how and the resources to do it, but some of the stuff was like flat out magic, like borderline magic, and Bruce don't know magic. So there are other forces at work here. Is this Danny the Street? Like, maybe it's Rachel, because just like with the Hank and Dawn episode from last season, Rachel's self-conscious was like magically going into their minds, and she was popping up in their brain. Because Rachel is having like the death dreams of like the Dick Grayson death dreams, I'm inclined to think self-consciously this is Rachel's powers reaching out to everybody, because her powers are based on her emotions, and her powers are probably like Rachel's deepest, darkest desire is probably for all the Titans to come back together and for for Dick to be saved. So I think self-consciously maybe Rachel's powers are the one that's creating everybody. Like we're probably gonna find out, like there's probably gonna be a point where they're gonna end up talking. The girls are gonna end up talking to Bruce, and Bruce is gonna be like, "What y'all hoes talking about? I never showed up at no random diner." So so that might be it. Yeah, so that, I think that'll be it. I think like this whole like magic thing that's happening, it's based on Rachel's power, and not, and because I refuse to believe that Bruce is just magically popping up everywhere. Like, I mean, he's Bruce Wayne and all, but he ain't that good. So that was it. Good episode of Titans. The next episode I think it's called Fake Hawk. So it might be a Hawk related, like because we have no idea what Hank's doing. So next week might be a Hank related episode, and then in the final episode, like, we'll probably take a break from everything that we just saw. We'll have a Hank episode, and then we'll continue on with everyone else as we go along. So, thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Leave a comment, like, and or subscribe. Follow me on Twitter at REDEYEZMedia. That's Red Eyes with a Z. And on Instagram at REDEYEZBLACKFIRE. And again, as always, leave a comment, like, and or subscribe. And until next time, Awesome Titans, I'm out this bitch!